Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Monday to you. As we kick off another week, nearing the end of October. Wow, that's hard to believe. Time flies, as they say. And it does. Hello, Franklin. Hello, Kelly. And Franklin, no, I didn't think you would miss this because who's playing? It's the Baltimore Orioles at the Boston Red Sox. And they're going to be at it for 4 games. This is the first of a 4-game set. The last series will be, the last 2 games, I should say, will be a doubleheader. Who are you calling an oxymoron, Al? Yeah, to me, it's just another day. I'm retired, right? I mean, I don't much care what day it is, to be honest with you. Kind of nice to have one day to kick back, which I've now chosen as Sunday. I'm trying to square away this thing here. I'm trying to make it straight. It's pretty straight, I guess. Frank is having some test with his heart today. Can't be with us. He sent me his pre-play score, but I have to admit I already forgot what it was. I think it was 2-1, but I don't know who won. Anyway, he sent me another email. Yeah, I'm not even gonna, never mind. Okay. Kelly's here, Al. It's lefty Steve Barber for Baltimore, righty Jim Lonborg for Boston. Apologize for being a little bit scattered. I'll focus it in, don't worry. Got my coffee. I just got to say, first of all, what a game by Yamamoto. Oh, my goodness. You know I love me some complete games. And everyone by now knows it's the first back-to-back postseason complete game since Curt Schilling in 2001, and he did 3 in a row. And if this goes 6, which I expect that it will, I fully expect him to do it again in Game 6. I knew I was missing something. Thank you. There it is, 5-3. The Orioles won it. Hello, Ernest. Greetings to Mike. Thanks, Franklin, for picking me up on that. Steve Barber has been the Orioles' best starter so far. 6-3 with a splendid 2.24 ERA, 11 starts, 3 complete games. In 80 and a third innings, he's only allowed 60 hits while striking out 66. Lonborg so far, 3-4. This is his 8th start. He's made 10 relief appearances. 4.13 ERA for Lonborg. He has 2 complete games. He also has a save, and in 72 innings of work, 70 hits, and just 46 strikeouts, but only 4 home runs. Barber also stingy with the home runs, just 6 in 80 and a third innings. 60 wouldn't be good, would it? Here is the lineup for the Baltimore Orioles. Pretty much the lineup you would expect. Luis Aparicio leads it off at shortstop. Russ Snyder in center field. Frank Robinson bats third and plays right field. Brooks Robinson right behind him at third base. Boog Powell at first base. Kurt Blefary in left field. Davey Johnson at second base. Andy Etchebarren, the catcher, and Barber, the pitcher. Boston, one interesting change, Don Demeter in center today. We'll get to that more when they come to bat. The umpires for today's ball game are Cal Drummond behind the plate, Hank Sowar at first, Bill Valentine at second, and Nestor Shylock down at third. And that's about all I've got. Hello there, Mangler. Welcome. Got some shopping done. I did not do the laundry, but who cares, right? It'll get done. Mookie's been driving me crazy. More on that later. Uh-oh, you got weather coming, Franklin? Is it another hurricane watch? Cleveland, awesome. You could have jumbo shrimp on a happy Monday while parked in your driveway. Love it. And the unmitigated gall of it all. Alrighty, we're ready to go to work here. Lonborg on the mound. Aparicio steps to the plate, hitting .256, 2 homers, 29 RBIs. The windup and the pitch on a 6-7 right-handed is a grounder to second base X. That's George Smith, .228. Ranges to his left. Here's the play on a 13. He's got it. Flips it to Scott, 1 down. Nice play by Smith at second. So 4-3 X, 1 away. And here's Russ Snyder. Snyder hitting just .207, still looking for his first home run. Not really a home run hitter. He's a weak both ways. Lonborg with the windup. It's a 110 foul ball back of the plate. Ryan Back throws the mask aside and makes the catch. Yeah, there you go. Or luxury tax for you Monopoly fans. Here's Frank Robinson now, 300 average, 18 home runs, 46 RBIs. Lonborg with the windup and the pitch is a 2-7 righty. He hits it to straightaway center. Demeter back and gloves it for the third out. 1, 2, 3 go the Birds in the first. After a half, it's Baltimore nothing, and Boston coming to bat against Steve Barber. As the left-hander warms up, let's give you the Red Sox lineup. Rico Petrocelli, who you'll find at the top of the page under Who's Hot, leads it off at shortstop in his last 10 games, .348, 2 homers, 6 RBIs. Joe Foy at third. Carl Yastrzemski in his familiar 3 spot in left field. Tony Conigliaro will play right. George Scott at first base. The aforementioned Demeter in center field. George Smith at second. One of Michael's favorites, Mike Ryan, will do the catching. And Lonborg, the pitcher, hitting ninth. Wasn't he the guy last time, unmitigated? Are you picking on Andy? Here's Petrocelli to start it off. Rico hitting .270, 6 home runs, 21 RBIs. Barber into the windup. The pitch is a 6-3 right-handed. Base hit up the middle. Leadoff single for Petrocelli. Petrocelli not normally a threat to steal, but we'll check the battery anyway. We find Barber with a -1 hold, Etchebarren a 0. -1 battery. Runner at first, and here's Joe Foy. Foy at .268, 8 home runs, 19 RBIs. Barber from the stretch. 3-9 left-handed grounder, White is second. Johnson gloves it. His only play is to first, and on the play, Petroselli will move to second. Runner in scoring position and 1 out. If Andy strikes out, drink. So you're headed for you're looking for more of a happy hour Monday than a happy Monday, it sounds like. Here's Yastrzemski now, hitting .295, 10 home runs, 31 RBIs. Lefty-lefty matchup as Barber comes in there with a 4-5 left-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. First strikeout of the game. And here's Tony Conigliaro. Tony C hitting .243, 10 home runs, 37 RBIs. Scott to follow. Barber checks the runner, comes to the plate, 2-5 lefty. Liner to third, single to 9. That's going to be speared by Brooks Robinson. Who else? So Brooks robbing Conigliaro of a possible base hit. 1 hit, no runs, 1 left, and we're scoreless after an inning. One thing I'm doing on the side, I'm trying to save up enough money to have an ejector seat put in my car in the passenger position. And that way, in case I have any back seat drivers, I can James Bond them right out of there. Brooks Robinson leads off the second, hitting .282, 7 home runs, 41 RBIs. Lonborg with the windup on the pitch. That's a .210 right-handed line drive right at Petroselli. He makes the catch. Here's Boog Powell now. Boog leading the club in hitting at .335, 15 home runs, 39 RBIs. Lonborg comes in there with a .110 right-handed fly ball to straightaway center. Demeter backing up, now pulls it in for the out. Demeter had to go a ways to bring that one down. 2 down, and here's Bleffery. Kurt Bleffery at .281, 13 home runs, 39 RBIs. Both of these teams would pop. Baltimore 69 homers as a team, Boston 64. Lonborg's pitch to Bleffery. That's going to be a 3-7 righty. And liner to second, single to 2 only. It's caught by Smith. A couple of hard hit balls, but the side retired in order. And we are still scoreless. Talk to Q. Yeah, there you go. Wasn't there an M too? No, the M was Man from Uncle. And how many remember that one? I'm not talking about the new one. I'm talking about the one with Robert Vaughn, which I watched in black and white in the 60s. I'm not sure if the show was in black and white or was that just because we had a black and white television at the time. Mookie's tripping over here on some birds, if you can hear him. Bottom of the second we go. George Scott will lead things off. He's hitting .247, team leading 14 home runs and 35 RBIs. Barber, 4-9 right-handed, grounder to shortstop X. That's going to be the Gold Glover. Aparicio, 118. Into the hole he goes on a 5. Nice play, plants and throws in time. Very fine play by Aparicio. But when it comes to Baltimore's infield defense, what else is new, right? Here's Demeter now. Gets the start today. Demeter, since coming over to the Red Sox, just 0 for 2 with a walk. On the season as a whole, he's hitting .196, 2 home runs, 14 RBIs. Barber's lined up, the pitch on a 4-5 right-handed, grounder to third. Hot shot fielded by Brooks Robinson, who throws him out. And here's the second baseman, George Smith. Smith at .240, 5 home runs, 22 RBIs. Barber set now, the windup, the pitch, 6-6 right-handed, liner to short, single to 4, it's caught by Aparicio. 1-2-3 inning for Barber. Both pitchers sharp here at the outset, and we're scoreless through 2. Oh, thank you, Ernest. I forgot all about the girl from Uncle, but I do remember it now that you mention it. Bottom third for Baltimore as we go to the third. Dave Johnson will start it off. I wonder if Radats would make your list. Davey Johnson, batting .262, 3 home runs, 31 RBIs. Lawn board with the windup and the pitch. It's a 3-6 right-handed. Liner to second, circle to 4, and this time he gets it. I think that's the third time we've rolled that, and Johnson squibs one through the right side for a leadoff single. -2 hold for Lawnborg. The catcher, Ryan, a 0, so that would make Johnson an 11, not being held. And here's Echeverren. Echeverren batting .271, 6 home runs, 23 RBIs. He is the Schaefer beer guy for today. Hello, Clinton. Was that Stephanie Powers? I don't really remember. The all-George team. George Brett at third. Andy Echeverren, the catcher. The pitch is a 5-7 righty. Swung on and missed, strike 3. First strikeout for Lawnborg. And here's Barber. Barber an A bunter. Boston's going to bring him in and make him a B. He's a 1 left-handed hitter. Squares to bum as a B. That's a 6, and that's going to get the job done. He bunts it to third and advances Johnson to second. Here's Aparicio now, runner at second, 2 down. Lawnborg checks the runner, comes to the plate, 5-4 right-handed, fly to center field X, Demeter on his horse. 3E7. Here's the play on a 9, it's the E-rate, it's an 11 on a 7, and he makes a fine running catch to save a run. Outstanding play by Demeter in center. And that'll do it for the Orioles. No runs to hit, a man left. And Noel Harrison, wow. So Stephanie must have been quite young then. I remember her, of course, from Heart to Heart. How about George Herman Ruth in right? Huh? There you go, unmitigated. Mike Ryan will lead off the bottom of the third for the Red Sox. Ryan in there for his glove, not his bat, hitting just .163. Barber into the windup. It's a 111 lefty. He pops him up. Aparicio will take it, and there's one down. Welcoming in Gerald. And there's Kathy Harden. Kathy, who for some reason won't let go of the George Springer thing. I'm just giving you a hard time, Kathy. I'll tell you one thing, he's going to hear it tonight. Here's Lonborg now, a 1, weak righty. Barber with a 3-7, grounder to second, routine for Davy Johnson, who throws him out, and quickly 2 down in the third. Here's Petrocelli. Singled at the top of the first, bottom of the first to lead off the inning, I should say. Barber's pitch is a 6-9 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. Second K for Barber, and that'll end the inning. Barber now, since the leadoff single by Petrocelli, has retired 9 in a row, and we are scoreless through 3. George went as team mascot and beer drinker. Having trouble with catcher and shortstop. Anybody got anything? I didn't know that about Seaver either. I saw him once at a bowling alley in California. George Costanza is part of the front office. Costanza, I mean. Okay, enough foolishness. 4th inning, here we go. Russ Snyder will start it off. Snyder fouled out to the catcher his first time up. Here's the windup on the pitch from Lonborg on a 5-6 right. He grounds it to short. Petrocelli in the hole. Strong throw across in time. Here's F. Robbie now. The pitch from Jim Lonborg, 2-4 right-handed. Comebacker, Lonborg knocks it down, picks it up, and tosses it to George Scott for the out. 2 down, here's Brooks Robinson. Lonborg, 2-7 righty, fly ball to straightaway center. Demeter is there, and another 1-2-3 inning for Lonborg. Pitchers duel here. Scoreless as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Joe Foyle started off, excuse me. Barber gets the sign from Echeverria, and here's the pitch to Foy. It's a 6-9 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. Third strikeout for Barber, back-to-back Ks, and here's Yastrzemski. Barber's pitch is a 5-4 lefty. That's the catcher's card. That's going to be Echeverria, of course. 2E6. Here's the play on a 5. It's a pop out to the catcher, 2 down. Tony Conigliaro with 2 down. Line to Robinson his first time up. Barber's pitch is a 5-6 righty. Swung on and missed, strike 3. 4 Ks for Barber now. 1, 2, 3 go the Red Sox. And we're scoreless after 4. I think we can officially call it a pitcher's duel now. Nobody came up with a catcher or a shortstop yet, huh? I can't think of one of either. Here's Lonborg. It'll be Powell, Bleffery, and Davy Johnson. Lonborg into the windup. The pitch to Boog Powell, a 3-6 righty. High fly ball to deep right field. Conigliano backing up at the track, makes the catch on the track. So Powell gave it a ride. Died on the warning track. Homer to 2 only. Here's Bleffery 0 for 1. The pitch from Lonborg. 6-7 left-hander, second base X. That's Smith will be tested again. 2E28. Smith ranges behind the bag on a 19, scoops it up, turns, and fires to Scott, 2 down. Nice play by George Smith at second base. 2 down, nobody on. Here's Dave Johnson. Johnson singled in the third, the Orioles' only hit off of Lonborg so far. The pitch is a 6-7 right-handed grounder, second base X. Smith again, 228, and here's the play. On an 11, it's the E range, a 9 on a 28, and he boots it. That's going to be an error on George Smith, and Davy Johnson will reach for the second time. Welcome, Bill Ivemy. Yeah, there you go, Sisler. Bill, we're looking for a catcher or a shortstop. I can't think of any. Could use another pitcher or two as well. Runner at first, 2 down. Echebarren at the plate. Lonborg working from the stretch now. 3-5, struck him out. Second strikeout for Lonborg, and it's been Echebarren both times. And that came at a good time for the Red Sox. So we're halfway through in a scoreless game, just zipping along here. Of course, there's only been 2 hits in the game. Lonborg's got the spitter going. Nice work, Kathy Harden. I think that counts. I don't know, you guys can decide, I guess. Bottom of the 5th, George Scott will start it off. Barber into the windup. 1-7 lefty, hard smash to third, fielded there by Brooks Robinson, who throws him out, and there's 1 away. Here's Demeter now, grounded to third his first time up. Barber with the windup, 3-9, grounder to second base. Johnson to his left, scoops it up, flips it to Powell. That's now 14 in a row retired by Steve Barber. And here's Smith. Barber's pitch. 2-6 lefty. Struck him out. And Barber seems to be getting better as the game progresses. Since the leadoff single by I shouldn't say as the game progresses. He's been dominant since the leadoff single by Petrocelli. Retiring 15 in a row. Barber's 7-inning endurance, as is Lonborg, and we go to the 6th. Mookie has settled down and is up in the cheap seats again. Barber will lead it off, left-handed batter. 1-7 struck him out. Welcome in, Joel. Hello there. Nice grab there, Clinton. George Wright. I forgot all about him. Aparicio 0 for 2. Lonborg set now. The pitch. 3-6 righty. Routine grounder to short. Picked up by Petrocelli. Throws to Scott. 2 down. Here's Russ Snyder. Lonborg getting his sign. The windup. Pitch to Snyder on a 3-4. He goes the other way and lifts it to left. Yastrzemski drifting over and puts it away. 1-2-3 go the Orioles. Nothing but goose eggs so far on both sides. And as always in a scoreless game, the tension starts to mount the later we get in the game. Who is going to blink? That's right. Free case of Schaefer if he gets the golden sombrero. Unmitigated, thanks for coming, man. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Okay, before we go to the bottom of the inning, I need coffee. I'm going to have to take a short bathroom break, and I will be back as soon as I can. There we go. I'm going to go off topic for a minute. I watch a lot of these aging well and self-help videos on YouTube, and very interesting one showing research has been done that shows for seniors it's optimal to go to sleep between 9 and 10. So I tried to do that last night and couldn't. So anyway, I set my alarm for 6 a.m. figuring that'll make me more tired tonight and I'll be able to do it. Then for lunch, I picked up some Houston hot chicken. Does anybody have that where you live? Of all of the fast chicken places, I think it's the best chicken I've ever had. And you can get different levels of heat or no heat at all if you prefer. Anyway, there's my shameless plug for that. Boston will send up Ryan, Lonborg, and Petrocelli in the bottom of the 6th. Ryan 0 for 1. Barber, the windup and the pitch. That's going to be a 4-11 righty. He lifts it to left field. Bleffery is there and makes the catch. 6th inning, Lonborg will hit. Right-handed batter, here it is. 1-8, swung on and missed, strike 3. Barber overpowers Lonborg, no big surprise there. And here's Petrocelli with 2 down. Petrocelli with the only Red Sox hit of the day. Each team with just 1 single. Barber's pitch to Rico, 5-11, grounder to first base X. Tough chance for Boog Powell, he's a 3-17. To his right on a 9, error range. It's a 10 on a 17, and he makes a fine play. Throws to Barber, Side retired. Nice play by Boog Powell at first. That's 18 in a row retired by Barber now. An absolutely dominating performance. And Lonborg hanging right with him as we go to the 7th inning in a scoreless game. Holy smokes. Unmitigated, I'll listen on the car radio, just like the old days. Alrighty. Bill, a Black Sox had to give the name of George, and Mangler got it right away. Buck Weaver. Of course, he was a third baseman, and if you're doing an all-George team, there's really only one option there. It's not even close. Heart of the order for Baltimore as we turn to the 7th. Frank Robinson to start it off. Lonborg with the windup and the pitch. His first endurance inning on a 5-8. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Here's Brooks now. The pitch from Lonborg. 2-8 righty. Routine grounder to short. Petrocelli. 2 Scott. 2 down. Man, this is really something. Here's Powell with 2 down. Lonborg gets the sign to Ryan. The pitch on a 110 right-handed. Fly ball to straightaway center. Demeter settling under it now. Waiting and puts it away. 1, 2, 3 go the Orioles in the 7th. And as we go to stretch, I can't remember the last time I saw that many zeros. We'll take a short break and fire up the Mookie cam. We certainly have plenty of time. This game is just flying by. Ah, yes, the great underrated George Kell. I love that one. There's Mook. Let's go around. There's Houston Hot Chicken. Hey, Mookie. And Mookie, who was crazy all day, now he's sleeping. Figures, doesn't it? Hey, Mook. Huh? You get it all out of your system, apparently. He really wanted those treats this morning. I think I'm spoiling him by giving him too many treats. But you know, he doesn't appear heavy. I really don't see a problem with it. But wherever the bag is, he'll find it and start pawing at it. Give me some of that. Must have kitty crack in it. I know those delectables do. I'll tell you that right now. I'm highly suspicious of those things. You want to see him go spastic, just pull one of those out. That I give him every other evening so he doesn't expect it every day. Hello, Blaine. Yes, it sure is, isn't it? Barber's retired 18 in a row as he gets ready to throw the bottom of the 7th. Like Lonborg, his first endurance inning. It'll be Foy, Yastrzemski, and Canigliaro. Foy, of course, 0 for 2. Barber's pitch to Foy is a 6'9" right-handed swung on and missed, strike 3. Second time he's fanned Foy. 1 away. And the batter is Carl Yastrzemski. Barber staring in to get the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch to Yaz. 5'6" lefty. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Let's take a look at that now. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 8 strikeouts now for Barber. And here's Tony Canigliaro. The windup and the pitch to Tony C on a 2-5. Grounder to third base. Single to 9. That's going to be caught, fielded by Brooks Robinson. To his feet, throws him out, and the streak is intact. Fantastic play by Brooks Robinson to keep Barber's streak alive. And he's now retired 21 straight. We are scoreless after 7. Holy smokes. Well, we were due for a game like this in a way, weren't we? Seems like we've had several lopsided games recently. Blefary, Johnson, and Echebarren as we go to the 8th. Lonborg. At this point, I'm looking at both teams defensively. Not as I would if they had the lead, but just to make sure there aren't any glaring. There's nothing I would really do at this point. Lonborg into the windup. The pitch to Blefary on a 6'12" left-hander. High fly ball to right. Canigliaro drifting over and makes the catch. I might replace Blefary after this half. Johnson 1 for 2 reached on an error. He has the only Baltimore hit of the day. Lonborg to windup. The pitch is a 2-10. Comebacker. Lonborg snags it, throws it to Scott. 2 down. That's 10 in a row retired by Lonborg. And if not for the error by Smith, it would be more. Here's Echebarren, struck out twice. Lonborg to windup. 3-4 righty. Grounder to first base, single to 2, and it'll be fielded by Scott. Underhands to Lonborg, and that'll do it. This might seem kind of unrealistic, but I'm trying to protect Barber's streak. It's impressive. So Blefary will go out. I think this is the first time I ever made a defensive change in a tie game. Blair is going to come in the 6th spot and play center. 2E5 -1. And Snyder will slide over to left, where he's a 2. Barber takes the mound, his second endurance inning. Scott, Demeter, and Smith. Barber gets the sign. Here's the pitch. 2-11 left-handed. Routine ground ball second. 2 hopper to Johnson. Throws it to Powell. 1 down. The batter will be Don Demeter. Grounder to third. Grounder to second. The pitch from Barber, 6-4, fly ball to left field, can of corn for Snyder. That's 23 in a row. Man, if not for that single by Petrocelli, right? Well, you could say the same for Lonborg, for that matter. Here's George Smith, the pitch from Barber. 5-7 righty, base hit into right field. That breaks it up. 2-out single by George Smith. Ryan, not a strong hitter, although he's not terrible against left-handers. Of course, the other option is Bob Tillman. And I'll tell you what, if I'm Boston, I don't want a +3 arm catcher behind the plate in this game. Barber's pitch to Ryan is a 1-9 lefty. Ground ball to third. Brooks Robinson charges it. Bare hands, throws on the run, and nails him. No runs, a hit, 1 left. We're scoreless after 8. We may be here longer than I thought today. In any case, as always at this point, I want to thank everybody for watching. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the support, all the subscribers. We're up to 524 subscribers now. Thank you, each and every one of you. Lonborg in the 9th. That's a tough one. Yes, of course, I should hit for him. I'm kind of waiting to see what Franklin thinks. Real life, of course, they would hit for him. I'm leaning to letting him pitch. The same for Lonborg. I turn to the chat. Anyone have any thoughts on that? He doesn't care about the Dead Sox. There's Madden Vids. Yeah, he's going to hit. You guys knew that was coming. Left-handed hitter on a 5-9 left-handed. That's going to be ripped into right field for a base hit. Double 7-20. And would you look at that? Barber with a leadoff double. Who'd have thunk? 5-9, homer to 6. He is a weak, but he rolled to 8, and it's a 2-base hit leading off the 9th for Steve Barber. You know, if you didn't know better, you'd think he was bucking for player of the game. Here's Aparicio now. Action for the first time in the Red Sox pen. John Wyatt, the righty. Bucky Brandon, the lefty. Runner at second, nobody out. Lonborg pitching to Aparicio. Here's the windup and the pitch on a 2-9 right-handed. That's going to drive in a run. Triple to 7. And it's going to be a triple for Aparicio. So a double and a triple, and Baltimore breaks through in the 9th. Left, right, left coming up. One more hitter walk will fatigue Lonborg. And the Red Sox will bring the infield in. Russ Snyder at the plate, now playing left field. Lonborg with the pitch. 4-10 left-handed, high pop fly to shallow right. Canigliaro comes on and makes the catch, and Aparicio will have to hold at third. Frank Robinson 0 for 3. Give me a minute on this one. This is a big decision. Out to the mound goes Herman. Ryan's out there. The whole infield converges. I'm looking at John Wyatt here on my computer screen. And they're going to make the move. Lonborg will exit in the ninth. John Wyatt will come on. A fine game by Lonborg. He finally cracks in the ninth. 2 hits and a run. He gave up 3 hits in the game in total. Runner at third is his responsibility. Did not walk a man. Struck out 4. And they'll go to John Wyatt. Well, you wanted to bunt with Snyder, huh? A B. A C with the infield in. That's not really a great play. 1 down, infield in. Let's take a look at Wyatt's numbers as he finishes getting loose. He's only been in 3 games with a 1.80 in 5 innings of work, 3 hits and a run. Is he limited on innings or something? Not really. Well, we need to start using Wyatt a lot more. Infield in, Frank Robinson, Brooks to follow. Wyatt into the windup. 2-7 righty. Flight to center field, B question mark. Demeter to make the catch. Aparicio can tag. 16, 18. Demeter a -1, 17. Here he comes. The throw to the plate. Just in there under the tag. Woo, that was close. Sac fly for Frank Robinson. Aparicio scores, and it's 2-0. Here's Brooks now with 2 down, nobody on. Wyatt's pitch is a 6-10 right-handed routine grounder to short. Petrocelli to Scott, and that'll do it. But the Orioles plate 2 on 2 hits. Nobody left. And Barber takes a 2-0 lead to the bottom of the ninth, going for the complete game shutout. Also has a double and a run scored. The go-ahead run. Hello, Grapes. That's a new, I don't recognize that name. First time in the chat, Grapes? Anyway, welcome. Great bunch of guys here, and gal. They're going to pinch hit for Wyatt, of course. Let's see what they've got on the bench. Probably a lot of left-handed hitters. Yep, that figures. George Thomas will be the batter. That's all right. Thomas on the season, 217, 4 homers, 10 RBIs. Barber gets the sign. Here's the windup, the pitch. 1-8 left-handed. Fly ball to straightaway center. Blair backs up a bit and pulls it in. 1 away. Here's Petrocelli now has one of the 2 singles that the Boston offense has managed to muster today against lefty Steve Barber. Barber gets the sign, the windup, the pitch. 5-5 right-handed. Lifts it to straightaway center. Blair again. Boston down to their last out. It's Joe Foy, Carl Yastrzemski waiting on deck. Barber, deep breath now. The windup and the pitch. It's a 4-6 right-handed. Routine grounder to short. Aparicio, 2 pal, and that's the ball game. And what a game by Steve Barber. What a game, period. 2-0 the final. It took 2 runs in the top of the 9th to do it. Total's coming right up. Wow, that's all I can say about this one. What a treat. Lonborg, the hard luck loser, drops to 3-5. Barber with the win improves to 7-3 with a complete game 2-hit shutout, and he doubled. I think we can pretty much concede player of the game there. He had that wrapped up in the 6th inning, probably. Struck out 8. Barber easily the Chief Spokane Gary player of the game. Orioles win it with 2 runs on just 3 hits. No errors. Boston, no runs, 2 hits, 1 error. Wow. All I can say is wow. That was a good one. Thank you, everybody, for witnessing this. It makes it so much more fun. Wow. He didn't walk anybody. So he faced only 2 over the minimum. Yeah, that's the cleanest score sheet you're going to see in a while. And you're right, Franklin. We're getting close to 600. Anyway, thanks, Franklin. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Ernest. Thanks, Mangler, Blaine, Clinton, Kathy, Grapes, Ernest. Let's look ahead on the schedule, see what we got tomorrow. Tomorrow's the first game of a doubleheader. It's going to be the Mets at Cincinnati for 2. Bob Shaw for the Mets, Joe Nuxhall for the Reds. The storied Joe Nuxhall, right? And I'm going to get out of here and eat. You know what I'm having. So with that, I will bid you adieu. Thanks again, everybody. Enjoy the game. Enjoy your evening. And hopefully I'll see you here tomorrow at the same time. Take care, everybody.